Now to Dunedin, where a woman is on the road to recovery after she was hit by a truck while riding a Lime e-scooter. The 26-year-old American master's student says scooter riders need to wear helmets to stay safe. Our reporter Tess Brunton spoke to Renee Whitehouse from her hospital bed this afternoon.
It was nearly 2 o'clock in the morning on January the 18th. Renee Whitehouse had been busy working behind the bar at Dunedin's Octagon. She was tired and sober and hopped on a Lime e-scooter to go to the supermarket, then head home.
And oddly, I remember being at home, going to sleep. But I think that's my brain playing tricks on me, because the next thing I remember was 2 nurses being over me, telling me that I was in the ICU and that I was hit by a truck, and having me move my arms back and forth to, I guess, see if they still moved.
It was less than a month ago. She remembers lying in intensive care, covered in tubes and hooked up to a machine to help her breathe. But now she's back working on her archaeology masters at the University of Otago from her hospital bed and dancing using the ballet bar at the Dunedin hospital.
I would just want to get back to as normal life as possible until they put the skull flap back in, and that'll be in 3 months. Hopefully in April, and then recovery time, and then I'll really get back to normal and do everything that I was doing before.
The skull flap she's referring to is part of her skull that was removed. It's roughly the size of her hand. Ms. Whitehouse says if helmets were compulsory, it would have saved her a lot of grief. She says there are common sense rules to riding a Lime e-scooter that need to be obeyed, like riding in the bike lane and ringing the bell when travelling in pedestrian-heavy areas.
It's like riding a bike. It's kind of fun, except it's a motorized vehicle, and you need a helmet, and you need to follow the rules. And if you don't follow the rules, then stuff needs to happen to change that. And they really should be off the streets by dark, because especially with all the drunk students that are coming back, it's going to be really dangerous.
She says the support has been overwhelming from her friends in New Zealand and back home, and from her family, particularly her parents, who travelled over to be in Dunedin as she recovers. Ms. Whitehouse says she hopes people will learn from her crash and become more aware of their surroundings.
More aware of what their bodies can take and what they should be doing to take care of themselves and others. You're going to ride the scooters everywhere. Make sure that the people around you are okay, that you don't almost hit people, you don't scare them, wear a helmet.
Ms. Whitehouse is hoping to be back home before next week. In Dunedin for Checkpoint, Tess Brunton, Tēnei.